This is TY back with another video, and I wanted to talk about Teofimo Lopez. So Teofimo Lopez has a fight tomorrow against George Kambosos. Finally, we get this fight. Man, we've been waiting all year long for this fight. Ever since he beat Lomachenko for the belts, Teo has ran around thinking that he was the man and he was this big superstar, and you know, he was supposed to fight George Kambosos, and then he wanted more money, and then, Triller was going to give him $6 million, and then that didn't work out. Triller was like, well, they kept rescheduling his fight. It was in May, then it was in July, then it was I'm just making the months, so I'm not sure if they was on those months or not, but I'm just saying, they kept rescheduling the fights, and every time that they would reschedule it, somebody somehow, some way would have a fight, a bigger fight, bigger than his fight, and they would have to reschedule it. And so Triller was just like, okay, we can't do nothing with you, man. You're not, the tickets ain't selling, nothing's working. So now he's on the Zone platform for this fight, and Teo now has ran his mouth and said that, to all the Devin Haney fans that, basically just, Devin Haney hasn't done anything to win the belt. He hasn't done anything. He's not a real champion. He's an email champion. He's this, he's that, and then to F everybody that is a Devin Haney fan. So I have some things to say about that. And let me just say that first of all, I like Devin Haney. I'm a Devin Haney fan. And to Teofimo Lopez, and then also, before I even get to that, he said that if he fights Devin Haney, it would have to be at 140, and he would drop all the belts. He would drop all the belts and then fight Devin Haney at 140. So if he does that, what a coward. What a coward, man. And this is what is wrong with the sport of boxing today. We're asking you to fight one guy. You got one guy left to beat. You got one guy that has a belt, regardless of how he got the belt or whatever you say that he got the belt. He still has the belt. He has the WBC belt. You keep claiming that you're undisputed, but you're not. You're not undisputed, Teofimo. You're not undisputed. You got one guy left to beat. This guy right here that you're fighting, you didn't even have to fight him. You chose to fight him. Well, it's my mandatory. So you've waited all year long to fight this dude. Finally gonna fight this dude tomorrow night. And you're sitting up here and you're acting like you're undisputed, but you're not undisputed. And you don't even want to fight a guy that has another belt and be undisputed. And that's the problem with boxing today. These fighters, man, when you ask them to do something, it's always an issue. They never want to fight the best fighters in their own division. It doesn't make any sense. We ask you to fight one guy. One guy. You got one belt left to get, and you don't even want to get that belt. You decide you would rather drop the belts to fight him at a catch weight at 140. What sense does that make? What's even the point? So to me, I'm just like, boxing is frustrating, man. But at the same time, I can't just turn my love away from boxing. I love boxing. I've been loving boxing since I was 13, 14 years old, and I just love boxing, man. I remember watching Floyd Mayweather beat down Arturo Gatti. I remember, seeing the last of Roy Jones when he was, when he beat John Ruiz, and I thought he should have retired then. I remember I didn't get to catch Mike. I only caught Mike at the tail end of his career. But I remember guys like Floyd, Miguel Cotto, the list goes on and on. These guys They fought people, man. They fought the best. And now don't get me wrong. They've ran for some people too. But at the same token, man, this guy here is a coward, man. I'm sorry, but he's a coward. Then this is the same guy that was up in Devin Haney's face talking about they was gonna make this fight happen, and now all of a sudden he's switching his tune, and now he's saying he's gonna drop the belts and he will fight him at a catchweight because he feels like Devin Haney hasn't fought anybody. That just doesn't make sense to you. It don't make sense at all. The guy has the belt regardless of how he got the belt. He is the WBC champion, whether you like it or not. To me, it sounds like you're scared to fight the man, for one. And number two, I feel like you don't want to smoke with him. And it just seems like everybody does not want to smoke with Devin Haney. Now, Devin Haney's got an upcoming fight as well, and he's got to fight Jojo Diaz, and that's going to be a tough fight. It's not going to be easy. But if he happens to get past Jojo Diaz, I don't understand. And if you get past George Kambosos, why can we not get undisputed? Because y'all have all the belts at 135. Why not clean up 135 and then be done and then move up to 140? If you beat Devin Haney, then there you go. You have on your resume, you have been undisputed and you beat Devin Haney. You got a pretty good resume right there. You done beat Lomachenko and you beat Devin Haney. So, and you was undisputed. So why not go for the legacy? But go for the legacy instead of just dropping the belts and then fighting the guy at the catchweight. See, that tells me you don't have confidence in beating Devin Haney. That's what it sounds like. You don't have confidence and you don't believe in yourself to beat this man. You don't have it, because if that's not how a champion should approach things. The champion is supposed to be able to take on all challengers, all comers, whoever's in that division, whoever's in that weight class, they go right at him. Oh, he got the belt? Okay, I'm taking that from him. That's how it's supposed to be. That's not how it is today. These guys don't do that. These guys, they rather fight they're scared. You know, they don't want to fight nobody. They just keep wanting to fight tune-up fights. They just don't want to give the fans what the fans want to see. You know, it's just crazy, man. It's just absolutely crazy. Boxing is just something where you shake your head. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like being in how do I want to say it? A conflicted relationship, I should say. You know, it's just like, things go well for a minute, then they don't go well, and then you just keep scratching your head like, man, why does this keep continuing to happen? You know what I'm saying? This is how boxing is, and it's just sad, man, that you ask these fighters to fight certain fighters and these guys get scared, man. They're scared to take an O, they're scared to get knocked out, or they're scared to get beat in front of everybody. But it's just like, it's boxing. This is what you guys sign up for. This is what you sign up for. If I go into the ring and this is going to be my first fight, I know what I'm signing up for. I'm taking a risk here. I could lose my life in the ring. I could get knocked out. I can knock them out. Or I could win by decision, or they could beat me by decision. This is what happens when you sign up for the sport of boxing. These things happen. Nobody's going to be Floyd Mayweather, man. Nobody's going to be undefeated and retire like the way that Floyd did. It just don't happen that way. It doesn't take away from your greatness. It doesn't take away from your greatness at all. Look at Muhammad Ali. He's lost 5 fights in his career. Mike Tyson lost 6. Roy Jones done lost a dozen fights. Bernard Hopkins has lost fights. Oscar De La Hoya's lost fights. Miguel Cotto. The list goes on, man. Sugar Ray Leonard. Tommy Hearns. Marvin Hagler. Sugar Ray Robinson. All these guys have taken losses, man, but it doesn't take away from their legacies at the end of the day. And that's what's wrong with boxing today. People cannot be Floyd Mayweather. People cannot be Andre Ward, man. You're not going to be undefeated throughout your whole career. It's sometimes you're going to take a loss. But at least you end up fighting that guy, and the guy that you fought is on your resume, regardless if you lost to him or not. But I'm talking too much. I'm ranting too much. I'm saying too much. I'm asking too much for these fighters, man, to just do the one simple thing, and that's fight the best. And it seems like Teofimo Lopez does not want to do that. He's scared. Anybody that's willing to drop the belts and ask for a catch weight, man, that's just a coward move to me. That's a coward. The guy doesn't want to fight Devin Haney. Point blank, plain and simple. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. And comment below and let me know what y'all think. And do y'all think he's running or not? Let me know. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.